That, and of course, the shit... I'm never going to stop mocking the Eternal. Have you seen the Meteor packs yet?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's actually... I think at this point, you're probably prepping for stuff. Mm-hmm. And so if you were kind of confused why the Freedom and the Justice had to go to the Eternal, that's kind of why. Because they're not actually finished.
Let's see.
Do you know? I'm looking for something. Do you know where it is?
What are you looking for?
I don't know. That's why I'm looking. I don't know. What is I don't know?
Huh?
Hey, you're coming on to us, aren't you?
Coming? Not coming? Come or not to come, rendezvous. Rendezvous at Nat Slum. Rendezvous at Lambda Pulsating Worst Core. Rendezvous at no time. Rendezvous if we can meet. Rendezvous, I'm sure we can. I don't know. What's rendezvous? What's search? What's what? I don't know. What's I don't know?
We're the ones that don't know.
I'm confused.
What? Whoa! I totally didn't expect that.
Trash data.
Leos, what did you do?
Debugging. Deleting worthless data. This is also my job. I told you to stay put until ordered to do otherwise. Seems you have friends. But if you don't want to be deleted like him, obey my orders. That is all.
Yeah, on your orders.
Lambda, pulsating worst core. That's where the net slum is.
Alright, so I'm guessing that is our next destination.
That it is. We are going to the Net Slum.
To go speak with Helba.
Yes.
Alright, and... Oh, Bawang.
Use it.
Virus core cube.
Thanks.
How can he collect virus cores?
I wonder what changed
Yeah,
his mind.
love you too, buddy.
Oh, well.
Right.
Let me guess, we're gonna have to gate hack and we need that virus core queue.
Of course. I know.
So yeah, where I'm thinking you're at in Seed is they're getting ready for their peace negotiations, I guess. So at this point, you're probably getting introduced to the Dominion.
And
With-
Romulus and Rue just had a showdown.
Yes, Ramius and Badgerol
Badgerol, yeah.
get to have their showdown. But it's not really them, because Muruta Azrael is in the Dominion.
Yeah, well, speaking of Azrael, he's actually voiced by a Future Dot. He's the voice of a Future Dot hack character. Ah, son of a bitch, I'm missing an F core. We'll be back in a minute, guys. We gotta go find an F core.
Alright. No.
Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play Dot Hack Mutation for the PlayStation 2. If I sound a little funny today, I want to give this disclaimer out. I just had to go to the dentist today and get a filling replaced. So...
And now he tells me.
So, I'm still kind of numb from the numbing gel that they put on me, so...
So if you start telling funny stories, then we're going to totally keep this? Because I'm totally going to keep this. I'm just warning people in advance.
Of course we're going to keep it. Of course, it's a funny story.
Yes. This is going to be the episode where Alex is high.
So I'm talking like I got chipmunk teeth. I'm not high because they didn't give me nitrous or anything. It's just numbing agents.
Oh, darn it.
Okay, well, in the last episode, we got some dungeons done, but we were so rudely interrupted by the lack of virus cores.
Yes, we were.
So right now, we're going to go to Net Slum.
Getting the band back together.
Okay.
We got to go rendezvous at Net Slum. Let's see.
And I would just like to say we're keeping that impromptu confession of Alex's where he does have a crush on Black Rose.
Again, is it so obvious? So I've been in all my data draining. I actually found a few weird, interesting items, such as this sword here. It's level 23 rare for a Blade Master.
Okay.
I'll give it to someone later. I'm just gonna go put it away. Let's scatter. Go get yourselves some items, everybody.
Okay, so remind me, where exactly are we going at this point? We were going to Gate Hack, but I can't remember why we were going there.
Because we're going to Net Slum.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
We're going to...
We're going to go meet with Helba.
Yes. As the little vagrant AI said, rendezvous at Net Slum.
Or we could go the Legend of the Twilight route and not meet Helba. By the way, I'm just going to get this out of the way right now, guys. So I have finished Legend of the Twilight. All 12 episodes. And I don't like it. I don't like it a lot. Mainly because it took 10 episodes of really creepy incest to get to the good parts, you know, where I like action, and then there was no action after those 2 episodes.
Wow.
At least no action to my taste. So, no, I don't like Legend of the Twilight compared to Sign. I think Sign is a much better series.
Yeah, I agree there. Sign is definitely the better series.
Well, I'm comparing it just to Sign. I mean, you know, that's one of the things I'm going to do with these other series. You know, the other dot hack parts that we're going to get into, there are other series like Liminality. I will compare them to the other dot hack series that I've watched. And I am just... I'm so pissed at it. Mainly because I had to sit through the creepy incest moments for like 10 episodes. Okay?
I get it, I do.
That's my issue.
That was how I felt when I first saw it, like, on Cartoon Network 10 years ago. It was a big meh to me, considering I loved Sign so freaking much.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I haven't finished it. I will finish it. Funimation's releasing
Let me clarify something really quick. I would have had no problem if there was like a romance between Shugo and Reina. If they weren't brother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
If they had been like 13, 14 years old and having like a little romance thing, I would have thought, oh, that's kind of cute, you know? But they're brother and sister, and that's the main stopping point that I had every time.
Why did I just buy a bunch of Magus Souls?
It's one of those things where like the intro kind of trolls you that Shugo wants Oka.
Mm-hmm.
Because, well, she's the obligatory big-breasted character. And they keep hinting at that concept, and it never happens. Because whenever Reina comes into the picture, Shugo goes into what I'd like to call incestuous big brother mode. Because he's apparently the only one in the world that actually notices the ginormous midriff that the Black Rose character has on his sister. Or, yeah, it's just problem after problem. The other thing also that pissed me off was the wandering AI.
Mm-hmm.
I believe her name was Morty. I may be wrong about that. It's basically an AI that's trying to discover the true meaning of death.
Right.
And that's a cool concept, but they don't at all use this wandering AI well. Maybe in one episode where she basically pulls out her own Armageddon spell and destroys the field they're on.
Mm-hmm.
Including the little kid hackers. But then you find out, oh yeah, one of the little kid hackers she didn't destroy. Because she's best friends with it, because that person had somebody die, and so they're both trying to figure out the meaning of death together. Gee, that would have been something really interesting to do with, and say, like, she's the leader of the hackers, but no, they didn't do that. Instead, we had to deal with this weird, more scantily clad Subaru in all black.
Oh, really? A black Subaru?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and let me re-emphasize, more scantily clad.
More scantily clad than she already was.
Okay, so like let me kind of paint the picture here, because he's never seen it. Subaru had like that kind of default skirt at the end that went down all the way to the feet, right?
Yeah.
Not this girl. She had like, you know, schoolgirl level height.
I see.
And it was all black.
Oh.
East, north, south, west, north. Gates to paradise will open.
And I apologize for chewing into the mic, but I had a cough drop, so.
I guess not.
Don't smile and think.
Oh, Black Rose.
Smiling requires thinking, Black Rose. Oh, wow, this is kind of a weird place. So this is the net slum. I can already vouch for that.
Well, not quite. It's just the field.
Oh, it just feels like the net slum.
It's a corrupted field, so...
The way that it looks.
It's a corrupted fire field, so...
But yeah, so we had the black Subaru character who was just pointless.
One sec.
Okay.
East, north, south, west, north. Gates to paradise will open.
It's a good thing we wrote that down.
I guess
Hey,
not.
don't look at me like that, Alex.
Ah! I hate these things. You deal with
That's
it.
my reaction.
What things?
Puzzles, basically.
Puzzles.
Yeah, this is a puzzle dungeon, sort of. It's not...
Yeah, don't look at me like that. I kept what you wrote down.
Okay.
Alright.
East, north, south, west, north.
Okay, is she gonna repeat herself every time?
Only if you take the wrong direction.
Okay, so east.
So first we're gonna go east.
That's west.
Oops, you're right.
East, north, south, west, north.
I do not know my
Gates to paradise
geography.
will open.
North.
North.
South. West.
Now we go west. Go west, young kite.
Wow.
Oops.
The wind rises in the west. Let us try to live.
Sure, why not?
And then there you go. So yeah, we had the black Subaru, and I will admit the other thing that actually kind of pissed me off was we had another introductory character from what looked like Sign, because Silver Knight returned.
Right.
And how do we know that it's Silver Knight? Because everybody says it. And then on top of that, we also had him before he gets deleted from the game
Right.
completely.
I actually remember that episode.
Where he screams out, "Lady Subaru!" You know.
Yeah, actually, I remember that episode. That I always found... That was an episode I found really interesting because I could see how this...
So did I, but at the same time, they did nothing with it.
I get it. I get what you're saying. I just remember finding it interesting because the Cerulean Knights essentially became what Silver Knight always wanted the Crimson Knights to be, but
Yes.
now Silver Knight, of course, has seen the light and knows that the group is corrupted.
He's seen the light.
Oh crap, it's these things. These things like to revive each other.
So, like I said, I am comparing Legend to Sign, and Sign is better.
Definitely.
In a number of ways. I do like the concept of introducing characters like Sanjuro, and I'm actually not going to compliment Balmung because up until this point, both in-game and out-of-game, I don't think Balmung has been used properly at all because we have not seen him. And no, I'm not counting those little 5-second sightings, okay? In Legend of the Twilight, he was very prevalent because he's like a member of CC Corp at that point. Or an indirect member, because he can make his own events and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a pointless character. He doesn't really get a moment where he gets to shine as the legendary hero that he is until, aptly enough, episode 10. And then things devolve so badly that it doesn't matter, you know, if you're this legendary player with all these rare items, nobody can save you.
And these things have physical tolerance.
That, and I'll admit, I would like to see... I actually do like the Oka character. I love the fact that there was like a monk-type character in the world, and I want to see like an actual class design based off of her. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but that was really cool. And no, I did not like her for the obvious reasons. Actually, I will say this. She was the most fun character because she loved trolling Shugo.
Uh-huh.
Like, every time, like, for example, you know, we got the obligatory bikini episode and the obligatory hot spring episode, and
Right.
every time you thought you were going to see Oka, and Shugo's like, you know, nose is blood is dripping from his nose, he thinks he's going to see, like, a scantily clad Oka.
Right.
Well, it just so happens that Oka can turn into a dog. So for all of these events, she just turns into a dog. Or a wolf, sorry. You know, Oka's supposed to be like this beast child.
Right.
And so, like, every time you see her, you think you're going to get her in, like, a really scantily clad bikini,
Uh-huh.
she comes out in the wolf form. And she goes like, "Da!" It's like, good work, Oka. I like that on a number of levels because it basically says from Oka's perspective, I don't want to be ogled. I am, you know, this divine fist, and you will take me seriously.
Right.
Which I appreciate. This is a very complicated dungeon, I'm just going to say that right now.
Yeah, it is.
Wow, okay. So, more portals.
Lots of portals. We gotta think with them.
But I don't want to think with portals today. That would be hard. Also, to give people kind of a sense of time, so we're a week out of E3. We have since rested. We have since talked to death about E3. At least in my perspective, we've talked E3 to death. And we're done. So yay!
Hey.
Yay! We can start focusing on some of the other things, like whether or not Romney's going to be back for Geek News this week because he had a brain aneurysm from the Sonic movie announcement. Did you see the little YouTube video he put up on Romney's reviews?
Yes, I did.
Of his reaction to it? I thought that was the greatest thing ever.
And I'm in it! Well, the back of my head is.
This is like Sonic the movie. And then he's like zooming in on him. It hurts so bad.
So while Adam was out finishing Legend of the Twilight, I myself finished Gundam Seed.
Ooh!
And I gotta say, I'm very, very impressed, and I just really enjoyed the series.
Okay. Did you enjoy it enough that you want to pick up Destiny?
Yeah, I want to pick up Destiny now. I want to see how the story continues from here.
Okay. We will have to work this out. What did you think of the nice little twist at the end with Flay?
Part of it pissed me off, actually, because it's like...
Well, I'm just curious what part pissed you off.
The fact that she got killed.
Really? Because that was not the part that pissed me off. The part that pissed me off was that it took death for her to realize that she was being a jerk.
Uh-huh.
I actually, like, the biggest part that I had a problem with that entire series was that last moment where we get to have the long naked talk with Kira and Flay, and it's just, it feels so disingenuous because at that point, she doesn't really even acknowledge that she did all these horrible things. All she's willing to acknowledge is that she felt this way and she felt that this was the way she had to do it.
Yeah.
And so at that point, there's no apology for her being a jerk or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, that's part of why I'm pissed off that they killed her, because I don't think that was a good resolution for her character. I know because, I get it, the Kira's now being with Lacus, and it's implied those two are going to hook up together now. Kind of puts Flay out of the picture.
Technically that's supposed to be like a love triangle, because, well, they kind of resolve it, where Lacus and Athrun kind of silently end their engagement.
Yeah,
you know?
I knew that and Athrun kind of goes for Kagale, and
yes,
and Kagale, of course, is Kira's sister.
Yeah, that still feels kind of forced. That was not the way that they did that. It would have been a really great reveal 10 episodes before. Because then at that point, I mean, one of the things that made Seed so cool was we knew the concept of Kira versus Athrun before anybody else did. And so the reveal later on in the series was really good to the Archangel crew.
Level up!
So I liked that concept, but I did not like that they waited till literally the fall of Orb to say, oh yeah, by the way, Kigali, you have a twin brother. And technically, wouldn't that make Kigali the second Ultimate Coordinator?
I guess so, yeah.
But she's not. She's like a natural.
Right.
So that's the weirdest thing, too.
I guess she was born... I guess that would mean she was born naturally and Kira was artificially created?
Yeah, it's more complex and labyrinthian than that. My only advice to you, Alex, is don't think about it, because it's never going to make sense.
Okay.
The whole Dr. Hibiki storyline, both in Seed and Seed Destiny, to me, has never made sense. I kind of wish they hadn't done it with Kira. I get they had to make him the ultimate coordinator kind of thing, but they could have done another way of doing this.
Fair
Could have said he's like a prodigy amongst coordinators.
Yeah, fair enough.
The other thing I wanted... So, what did you think about the little secret that Flay took with her to Muruta Azrael?
Right. That was the game changer, and...
That was a nice little reveal, right? When he literally just goes assload crazy because he knows what those machines are. For those who don't know, in the Gundam series, there is like this obligatory moment where you have to have a nuclear-powered Gundam. But in Seed storyline, coordinators didn't want nukes used against them. So they created what are called the neutron jammers, and made it so that nuclear weapons could not be used in the conflict whatsoever. Until they designed 3 mobile suits that had what are called N-jammer cancelers. So they're nuclear powered, and any neutron jammers that are in the vicinity, or that are within range, can be turned off or canceled. So at that point, this character who hates coordinators knows this, and knows they're in the vicinity. So what does he do? He brings nukes into the equation.
Of course he does.
Oh, and did you appreciate the meteor packs now that you've seen them?
Yes, definitely.
Holy crap, right?
Yes.
It's like, we were trying to think of ways to make these Gundams more powerful, and then we just put them to God mode. Where they have just amazing amounts of ammunition and ginormous beam swords. Because that makes sense, right?
Definitely.
And then also, I love the introduction of Raul de Crusades. He's got the 3rd mobile suit, the Providence. Which is... It's funny, because the Providence kind of sets the tone for how mobile suits upgrade in Destiny.
Right.
Because now you have funnels. Which is actually an upgrade from the original series, too.
Right.
For those who don't know what they are, funnels are basically little AIs that somehow react to thought. It's not really explained in Gundam how they work, but basically what you can look at it as is having 6 separate little guns that can go off in their own little direction, their little turrets, and they'll fire at whatever you want them to fire at. Which supposedly is it makes enemies that much harder to kill, because you have to take out the funnels too. Don't ask me to explain it, it's hard.
Yeah, I won't.
There's some things in Gundam I can't explain, but they're cool. So I'm just like, they're cool, I'm fine. We can go without. Well, I'm excited that you're gonna move on to Destiny. Have you decided whether or not after Destiny if you're gonna pick up another Gundam series?
I'm interested in Gundam. I think it's Gundam Wing, yeah, because I believe well, I know there's a Gundam Wing series, of course, but I believe I actually caught an episode of that on TV once and liked what I saw.
Yeah, it was one of either you had Cartoon Network and it was on Toonami, or I remember back in the day when Kids WB did an exchange of Toonami for a summer, and they actually debuted episodes of Toonami on Kids WB. So they got like Sailor Moon S, they got Gundam Wing, they got what were the other ones? Samurai Jack, I think, aired there, and they got like really tame episodes for those, and then just brought them on. DBZ was another one, but they were in the Boo Saga. Because I think somebody was actually telling me that they were just about to air Vegeta killing himself in the Boo Saga to try and kill Majin Buu, and it doesn't work. And so they actually went back to like a really, really old episode of the Boo Saga during Great Saiyaman and showed that. So that'll be interesting to see what you think of Wing, because that's the other acclaimed Gundam series. That's kind of funny for me with Gundam. That was my first series to get into, was Wing. And then I went backwards and had mixed results. I still like Seed over the original series. Don't kill me, Gundam fans. I just like Seed better.
Well, when you consider it, the original series wasn't that popular to begin with.
In Japan it was.